Hi guys, how are you guys doing? Happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are all having a really fun day with friends and family, or maybe like me where you just want to lay in bed by yourself with just your partner and not talk to people and pretend you're not home. But I hope you guys are all having a great time doing whatever it is that you want to do and that you're safe and just having fun. So today we're going to do a full face with this right here of makeup, just using samples. I've tried my best to find everything. I think I have almost everything to complete a look except for powder, because I don't have any sample powders. I really don't know some of how much these things cost yet or anything like that. I haven't looked it up. I think it's relevant to the product that you guys should know about. I will list it here as well, or here, or wherever it has more, where I feel like it. But let's start out with this Agave lip mask, smooth, nourish, and hydrate, and this is by Bite Beauty. I got 2 samples of this and I haven't tried yet, so it looks really cute. I'm going to let's take the red one because I always love red. Apply this hydrating lip mask day or night for soft, supple lips. Apply a generous amount. I have the Hourglass Ambient Light Correcting Primer. It looks like this little sample I got from Sephora. So this is light correcting primer, and this is in the shade Moodlight, and it looks like this. It's a little bit thick, it's not runny at all. It has kind of a pink lavendery base to it. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm just gonna apply that all over my face. I don't know why I didn't show you my face beforehand, but let's just go with it. Smooth it in like this, as always, how I always do my primers. So this is how it looks after. I felt like I used a little more than I usually would. I usually just use 1 pump of my Marc Jacobs primer or the Too Faced one. I feel like this one I need just a little bit more just because it's thicker, so it's kind of harder to spread all over evenly on my face. Make my face look a little more even, a little more glowy. It doesn't feel exceptionally hydrated or anything. It just feels kind of slightly powdery, and it's not bad so far. So I am going to use this Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Fluid Foundation. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that this works out okay. So this is in the shade Euphoric RG20, and it says shake well. It has really cute packaging. It has like a little tube like this. Comes with a little pump. This is how the color looks like. It's not exceptionally runny. It feels a little bit creamy. Here's how it looks with half of my face done with 1 layer, but this is how it is with no makeup, and this is how it looks with it. It did even out my skin tone. It clung to my dry patches slightly, but not too bad. Color is not bad. I feel like it's kind of like a medium coverage. Here's how it looks with my full face done. Hope you guys can still see. I can tell that the sun's setting, but yeah, looks not bad. But I am going to try this concealer BB by Etude House called the Big Cover. This is in the shade Vanilla, and it's supposed to have SPF 50, which is great. So I don't know if you can tell here, this whiter one right here is the concealer, which is pretty light. It's vanilla, and this is the one from the foundation right here. So this is the foundation swatch, and this is the swatch of the concealer. It feels a little bit thick, but it's not runny at all. But it's not like a creamy mousse either. I feel like it did an okay job of concealing. It did accentuate my dry pores even a little more, and it's, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of, this is the side with it, and because I put it on my cheeks, I feel like it's a lot lighter than this side now. And here's how I look with both sides done with concealer. I think it's kind of more, once again, I think like a medium coverage. I don't really have eyeshadows per se that are samples. I literally only have this one that I got a while ago from one of my boxes. I tried it once, but I haven't really used it. This is from the TheBalm Nude Volume 2, and this is in the shade Flirty, so it looks like this. And I'm also going to use several shades from the Kardashian bronzer that I recently got from my Allure box, and this comes in 3 different shades of brown, so I'm going to use that as eyeshadow as well. This is how all the shades look. The one on the far left of me is the one from TheBalm, And then the 3 shades over here is from the Kardashian palette. So those are the shades I'm gonna use for my eyeshadow and just do like a very basic look. This is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon in the shade Brown Out. I used it once before a while ago, but this is kind of like a dark brown with a little bit of sparkle in it. I'm just going to use this to tightline a little because I don't have very much lashes, and if you don't tightline, you don't see very much. It's a little bit waxy feeling. It swatches really well, but for some reason when I'm doing it on my eyes, it kind of shears out and it takes a little bit of effort to build the color a little bit. And the next thing I'm going to do is my mascara. This is the YSL Mascara Volume Effet Full Seals, which is the baby doll one. And I'm just going to try this out. So this mascara has kind of plastic bristles, and the wand is decent size, about the size of my half of my eye. I did my mascara, I did 2 coats. It's alright. The first coat went on really well. It kind of separated and lengthened. It doesn't really give volume. I don't know if you guys can tell, my lashes are barely non-existent. That's how it looks with 2 coats on. But that's slightly clumpy because of the wand, and my eyelashes got a lot straighter, which is okay because my eyelashes are usually like this. Not defying gravity, that's for sure. The next part is going to be the most exciting part for me. These are the Benefit Cabral. I don't know if you can see that. The Cabral samples. I got it in light and also in dark because when I went to get it, I didn't see it in medium. So this is in shade 1 and shade 5. Hopefully one of them works for me. If not, then I'm just gonna mix them. This is how the light shade looks, and this is the dark shade. Let me give you a swatch. So it comes with a eyebrow pencil on this, and then the cream product inside this little tub in the end. I feel like the dark one is a lot more opaque and a little bit creamier than the light one. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is the swatch of the lighter one, number 1, and this is number 5. Honestly, I think I'm going to do a mixture of number 1 and number 5. So I'm just going to do a little mixture and just apply this shit. A little bit on the brush goes a long way. Kind of mix in the back of my hand, and it's kind of set into kind of a little bit more of a powdery finish. And even though I'm rubbing it, it doesn't move all that much. Rubbed off a little bit, but it's pretty good staying power for what it is. Sorry if my brows look kind of crazy. It's because I haven't got them waxed for a couple months now because I'm trying to grow them up to be a little thicker because I used to have really full brows, and I started waxing them, and then slowly I just feel like they're disappearing on me and just leaving me. So I'm trying to grow them back. This is how the packaging looks like, and this is just like the 1 sheet of blush. I got this in a sample, and this is paraben free and talc free. It says add cheek color anytime, anywhere without the brush. The pigment gives cheeks a natural flush of color, while the shimmer makes it easy to blend. So gently rub colored side paper in a semicircle motion up on cheeks, on the apples of cheeks. For more color, repeat with more pressure. Use 1 sheet for both cheeks. Okay, so whichever side has the color. So this is the side with the color on it. If you look at the side, it's a lot paler. So this is how it looks beforehand, and oh wow, that's super pigmented. Did you see that? I don't even know how I'm supposed to blend that with this thing. Just gonna use some of the other side just to kind of blend it. So this actually worked pretty well. 1 sheet actually did do both cheeks, and it's actually pretty pigmented. I don't know if you saw when I just did one, and it was kind of like full on right there. But my face is looking pretty dry. Can you see that? It is not pretty at all. But let's keep moving on. We're testing samples here. I had no time to be talking. So I'm going to use the Kardashian Cabana bronzer to actually bronze my face now, more like contour bronze. There's not much, I don't think there's really any shimmer in here, so that'll be perfect because I gotta get rid of them jowls right here. Really like this Kardashian bronzer. A nice shade. It worked pretty well for eyeshadow. It doesn't have really shimmer to it, and it's a nice kind of creamy powder. Now for the final touches, I am going to use this Urban Decay lipstick set. I never do a purple, so I'm kind of interested in testing out this Firebird. It's supposed to be a cream shade, so I'm gonna give that a try. So I just removed the lip mask, and it does feel more hydrated. A little bit sheer. It is a cream. Has a little sheen to it, but that's how the color looks in the color Firebird. So I usually like really matte lipsticks. Can you guys see how streaky this is? Like, it's just super pigmented in areas and super sheer in others. This is looking kind of disgusting. So this is how the lips look after much effort. It's very patchy. Even when I swatch it, it's like streaky. I don't know, but I'm not impressed based on this sample. And the last thing I have is this Pharmacy Skin Dew Hydrating Essence Mist and Setting Spray with Echinacea Green Envy. So just like hit like spots on my face. Anyways, this sprayer sucks. It smells really fresh. I actually like the scent because I like things kind of like herbal and like fresh. So here is my finished look. It took me a long time, but I do like how I look. I just feel like I look kind of dry. And let's just quickly go through. The primer worked pretty well. Even my skin tone, it gave it a slight glow. I don't notice anything about it preventing things from going in your pores or anything like that. It didn't kind of hydrate excessively, which is what I usually look for in a primer because I have such dry skin. But I think for normal skin tones or people that are like not as dry as me, I think they would really like it. I'm not quite sure about oily because I haven't tested the longevity of this yet. For the foundation, I was surprised at actually how well this color matched me. It does go on pretty decently. It's just has a slight sheen to it, but the thing is, it just doesn't do that well for my dry flakes. For the blush little tissues, this is the one I use. I actually think I could probably do a lot more. This is a piece of paper. When you're applying it, you're getting a lot of corners or you're getting like crumply creases, and when you're trying to blend it out, it's not that easy. You have to use more like your fingers, so you gotta be really careful about how you blend it out. It does deposit a lot of color. Bronzer, I actually did really like it. It worked really good as eyeshadow and as well as a bronzer. It's pigmented but not super pigmented, so it's not like something to be scared about. From Benefit, I actually really like these. I think it worked really well. It was really easy to apply and it sets really nicely, especially when I did it on my hand. It just sets and it doesn't really kind of smudge. I do like how there's like 5 different shades. I feel like the shades are pretty wearable, and yeah, I would definitely see about maybe getting a full-size one in the future. That is it for my full face of samples. I went through so much stuff. I feel like I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore because it's just one thing after another, this and this and this. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I actually have a whole bunch more samples. If you guys want to see another video like this, leave in a comment down below and let me know so I can know that you actually enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you did like, and I really appreciate you watching. I hope you guys are all having a great one. Please be safe, yet have a great time for your 4th of July. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.